Hey, Facebook world, Kristen Borden here, coming at you live today, which is exciting and a little bit nerve-wracking. But I wanted to share with you some tips that I've learned. I have been a stay-at-home mom for 15 years, almost 16 years, and an entrepreneur for about 12 of those years. And I've learned that to be successful at both of those things simultaneously, it takes a lot of commitment and discipline. So I wanted to share with you my top 3 tips, and they may seem very commonsensical, but if you can implement them into your life and make them habits, they can have a profound effect on your success. So the first tip is to be prepared. We have all heard the Ben Franklin quote, failing to prepare is preparing to fail, right? So a little preparation goes a long way. Some tips that I do in my family, I have a family of 4 boys, and I like to plan my life out a week in advance. So every Sunday I spend a little bit of time preparing meals for the week. Us moms, we spend time carting our kids around, preparing meals, and doing laundry, right? So a couple of tips with regards to those things. I spend some time preparing meals and not preparing them, I plan them. So I take inventory in my pantry and in my freezer, and you actually write the meals down on your planner. It makes it so much easier to know what you're having for dinner if you've planned it out a week in advance. I also like to make one big shopping trip, so I'm not spending a whole bunch of time every day at the grocery store. And one of the tools I use to help me do this is an app called Cozy, C-O-Z-Y, and Cozy allows my whole family to be on the same app with regards to what we need from the grocery store. So I never leave my grocery list at home. It's always with me. My husband can work off the same list, so he can stop at the grocery store when he's available to do that. If my son wants me to add Takis to the grocery list, he can just log into Cozy and add it, and it's there for when I'm at the grocery store tooling around the aisles. Hey everybody, love seeing y'all on here. It's so weird to be interactive like this. I'm not used to it, but I appreciate you tuning in. Okay, so another thing I do to help give myself the time I need to work and not spend it on so much of my mom jobs is in regards to laundry, right? Raise your hand if you do a lot of laundry. Well, I live with 5 boys, 1 man and 4 boys, and the boys are pretty dirty, so we create a lot of laundry. So if I spent all of my time in the laundry room, I would be very, very bitter. But I've come up with a system that really works for me, and that is to do laundry only on Sundays and Wednesdays. Now there's an occasional load because somebody decides to go swimming in the mud, and that's fine. But for the most part, I do my big laundry days on Sunday and Wednesday. So in my laundry room, I have a basket for everybody that is in my family. And as the laundry comes out of the dryer, I hang up the hang-up stuff, and I keep mine and Tim's on one side and the boys on the other side. And I fold the clothes and put them in the baskets for each of the kids. And I do that again on Wednesday. Then on Saturday mornings, the kids take their laundry baskets up to their rooms, put all the stuff away, and bring me back down all of their dirty clothes, all of their empty hangers, and all of their plates and cups that they've accumulated over the week. And it's just a nice chore for them to do. They bring the laundry baskets back down pretty much full, and I start the process over again. So that's something that really helps me not spend all of my time in the laundry room. And I'll take a picture of what my laundry room looks like so that you can see how I've got it set up. It works really well. Okay. My second tip is to be organized. When you're working a business from home, it's important to have a space where you can set yourself up and get some work done, some quality work done. So create a space where you can do that, where you can have all the tools you need to get your job done efficiently, like have your stamps and your envelopes and your printer and your file cabinet all within an arm's reach of where you're working. And that really saves time. You're not constantly getting up, and you could really focus on your work. I found myself doing things that weren't really income producing when I would do my work sitting on the couch with my feet up on the ottoman. I've been so much more productive as I've created a place for myself to have a little office in my house. Okay, your computer is it's like a closet. It needs to be cleaned out and organized every so often. If you're like me, I've got a lot of files coming in and out, and you need to make sure that you keep that organized. Name your files in a way that you can use the search function to find them pretty easily, and know when you download something where it goes so that you can find it. Clean those files out so that you're not spending so much time looking for things on your computer. And one of the other things that I do is, I think every computer these days has a sticky notes app, and I put verbiage, words that I use a lot, things that I repeat myself on over and over again in my business. I put those in my sticky notes, so all I have to do is copy and paste, and I do the same thing on my phone. So in other words, directions on how to order from me, they're all written out. I just copy and paste them when someone's in a position to do that. So it makes it a lot easier than reinventing the wheel every time. Okay, my third tip is to do the hard stuff first. I love this quote by Mark Twain, and it is so true. And if you can get used to doing this, you'll be so much better off. If it is your job to eat a frog, it is best to eat it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. So often as entrepreneurs, we are self-regulated. We have to be self-motivated. And the things that are most uncomfortable to us are usually the ones that are most important to our success. So get those out of the way first. Do those things that make you uncomfortable first. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Bobby Knight once said, "Many of us have the will to win, but few of us have the will to prepare to win." And I think this is so true. If you take these tips and make them habits, you will be developing the foundation for a sustainable, disciplined, productive business. So I hope you found this short video helpful. I promise I'll get better at making them over time. If you have a friend who is a mompreneur, please pass this on to her if you liked it. And I hope that you have an awesome day. Thanks for tuning in.